Alcohol, the most commonly used drug in Australia. Current research shows that 86.2% of youth aged 14 and over have consumed alcohol one or more times in their lives. In 2005, alcohol caused 3,494 deaths, more than twice as many road accidents. The statistics supporting alcohol abuse in Australia for youth are shocking, but not so shocking for youth as alcohol abuse is a continuing factor in the lives of many. Let's begin with a short quiz to see how much you already know about drugs. These questions are based on American statistics. 1. Almost 32% of all traffic deaths in 2007 involved which drug? 2. Also in 2007, 12,998 people died, that's 1 every 40 minutes on average, from road accidents under the influence of what drug? 3. About 3 in every 10 Americans will be involved in an automobile accident at some time in their lives relating to which drug? If you answered any of these questions with marijuana, cocaine, ecstasy, heroin, or methamphetamine such as speed or ice, or any other type of illegal substance, you are incorrect. The correct answer to all 3 questions was alcohol, the completely legal and easy to access the most commonly used drug in America and Australia. So what is alcohol? Alcohol is legal in Australia and is one of the most popular recreational drugs. Alcohol is a depressant. It slows down the brain, which affects the way you think, feel, and behave. It affects everyone differently and is best understood as a drug that reduces a person's ability to think rationally. Every brand and type of alcoholic beverage contains different amounts of alcohol. The more alcohol a drink contains, the stronger it will be. Large quantities of alcohol consumed in a small period of time are poisonous and can be life-threatening. In today's modern world, it is almost certain that every teenager has been exposed to alcohol, whether they consume it or not. Alcohol is all around us. When we go out for dinner, there is usually an option for people 18 and over to order an alcoholic beverage. Most teenagers see their parents or family members have a drink for recreation at some point, and there is also a major possibility that a large number of teenagers will have been to a party where alcohol is being consumed. Adolescence is a transitional stage of physical, psychological human development that generally occurs during the period from puberty to adulthood. Current research states that an adolescent's brain does not fully become developed until the ages of 24 for females and 27 for males. This period of time is the most significant time for personal development. Each teenager will experience intellectual, emotional, physical, and social development, which will shape who they are for the rest of their lives. During this period of a person's life, young people will be inclined to experiment and take risks that could impact on their own health and well-being, as well as have consequences for others. It's no secret that youth at this age are vulnerable to the influences of peer pressure and popular culture, which leads to risk-taking and pushing boundaries simply for the experience. This is all during critical brain development. Alcohol kills brain cells that are in the process of development. There is nothing wrong with experimenting and experiencing new things at this stage of your life. In fact, it's completely normal. However, when risk-taking is influenced by the use of alcohol, many problems can occur that have major implications on a social, personal, and community level. So, how does alcohol impact youth on a personal level? Young people generally tolerate alcohol as a socially acceptable drug. Yet, alcohol is responsible for most drug-related deaths in the teenage population of Australia. One bad mistake under the influence of alcohol can affect the rest of your life. For example, in Australia we have very strict rules on the use of alcohol. If you were caught consuming alcohol under the age of 18, you could end up with a criminal record. This limits your future careers and employment, access to obtain licenses, and having the privilege to travel over to other countries. Consuming alcohol can also have implications on your personal health, especially your physical health. Alcohol can adversely affect every major system in the human body. You can also experience mental health problems due to an increasing amount of alcohol consumption. Mental health problems such as depression, developmental lags, withdrawal, and psychosocial dysfunctions are linked to alcohol abuse among youth. One of the most serious and common impacts of alcohol abuse in youth is addiction. Many teenagers think they will never become addicted to alcohol. However, an increasing amount of adolescents end up addicted. A person addicted to alcohol loses control and judgment, and when the use of the drug is stopped, may suffer from severe psychological or physical symptoms such as anxiety, irritability, unhappiness, and stress due to withdrawal of alcohol. Alcohol can have positive effects as it inhibits inhibition. However, one risky photo of yourself on any platform of social media can impact future career choices. Alcohol directly affects the brain, and our brain controls almost everything we do. When consuming alcohol, your actions will therefore affect your social life. Many teenagers who consistently use alcohol find that it affects their families. Alcohol abuse affects the emotional, financial, and psychological well-being of a person's entire family. Teenagers who consume alcohol withdraw from their family members and family activities, as well as set bad examples for younger siblings. Due to the effect of alcohol to a person's mental stability, some teenagers even steal money or lie to their family. Not only can alcohol affect someone's relationships with their family, but it also affects relationships for their loved ones. Teenagers who are addicted to alcohol will find that their relationships will start to change dramatically. You can begin to say things and behave in certain ways that you never used to do. Your peers at school or at work will move away from you. Your social status will change, and you could find yourself losing many good friends and have friends that are bad influences. During your teenage years, it is also adamant that you attend school. You will find you do not have the ability to concentrate or maintain friendships. How does alcohol impact youth on a community level? In 2004 and 2005, the total consumption of alcohol was estimated to cost the Australian economy $15.3 billion. These costs cover healthcare, road accidents, and crimes, all due to alcohol. Alcohol affects the community in both tangible and non-tangible costs. Alcohol has a chain effect on the community. Firstly, it affects an individual, and then it affects a certain social group. For example, a particular school, and then it goes on to affect the whole community. Once it affects a whole community, it can be challenging to stop. These two sticky situations will outline what you should do if you find yourself in a place where you need to deal with the consumption of alcohol. Situation 1. You have been invited to your best friend's birthday party. It is at her house, but her parents will not be home at the time of her party. Your friend has posted a public status on Facebook and has included her address and times of the party. 200 people have responded and have confirmed they will attend. You are anxious as you know there will be alcohol at the party and there are people who are going to be over 18. You feel that it's important for you to go so you can support your friend. What's the best decision? First of all, you need to think about the consequences of going to the party. As you are under the age of 18, you could be caught for underage drinking. This is an offence and could seriously affect your future. Because of the high population of the house party, there is a serious risk of unprotected sex, drink spiking, use and overdose on illicit drugs, gate crashing, injury, fighting, and binge drinking. Because of major risks of this party, it is probably best you do not attend, even though you want to be there for your friend. You can be completely honest with your friend and tell her that you're not comfortable in that environment and that's why you're not going to go, or you can say that you are not allowed and blame it on your parents. You will find that your parents will support your decision if you tell them. After all, their main priority is your safety. Situation 2. You are with a group of mates at the coast and you are on the beach drinking alcohol. You've had quite a lot and you start to feel really disorientated. You're worried about the possibility of the police catching you and you could get in trouble for underage drinking. You say to your group of friends that you think they should head back to the house and get off public property. Your friends are keen to stay on the beach and continue drinking because they believe that you need to drink to have fun. Do you stay with them or do you go back to the house? Just like situation 1, you need to assess the risks. The most obvious risk is that you are on public property and you have the possibility of being caught for consumption and obtaining alcohol under the age of 18. You need to remember that you don't need to drink alcohol to have fun. The best decision in this situation is to go back home. It might be hard for you to leave your friends, but you're making the best decision and this will benefit you in many ways. If you show strength in your conviction by being a leader, you may also influence one or more of your peers to also make the correct decision. A major influence of alcohol in a teenager's life is media and advertising. In 2006, the Australian government spent $41.2 billion on programs such as the National Binge Drinking Strategy and social marketing campaigns. Teenagers are very susceptible to the media and tend to believe what they hear and see from sources that are well known and are vulnerable to following trends. 1 in 8 deaths of the youth population of Australia have to do with alcohol. This is a shocking statistic and needs to be changed for the future of Australia and the generations of youth to come. It is important to remember that alcohol has both positive and negative effects. However, due to statistics, it's time that youth are educated properly on the effects of alcohol, so the number of teenagers affected by alcohol goes down and we start to see improvements in our society. Where can youth go to seek help in Australia? There are wide ranges of sources where teenagers can go to seek help for an alcohol addiction for themselves, seek help for a friend or family member, or even find out more information on alcohol. You can seek help at Drinkwise. Drinkwise has many pages on how to drink properly for over 18-year-olds and how to quit your addiction in alcohol. Reach Out Australia. Reach Out Australia is a website where teens can read forums and find out information about all things alcohol and what it can lead to. Kids Helpline. Kids Helpline provides confidential counselling for teens via email, live web chat, or over the phone with a qualified Kids Helpline counsellor. The Australian Drug Foundation. The Australian Drug Foundation gives helpful and relevant information for teenagers about safe partying and how and when to consume alcohol, and what you can do to get yourself out of sticky situations. Also, it's good to talk to a trusted family member or friend. Sometimes it feels great to let someone know how you're feeling. The person you decide to talk to may also be able to help you seek further help. There is no safe consumption of alcohol, whether you're above the age of 18 or not. You should never engage in drinking if you are under the age of 18. It is important to know that there are resources available for you to get help, not only for yourself but others around you too. Alcohol is all about decision making. Which decision are you going to make?